Ladies and gents, welcome back to Divinity. This is Marcian, or such Paradoxon. Last episode we started heading into the first area of Incision 3, the Dark Haven. And we stopped exactly when we unlocked the waypoint. Right here. There was a bunch of caves around here that we could have investigated and proceed onwards in with. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. Not much has happened since I stopped last time. Literally, oh, it's from the U again. I went back to base, replaced a couple of things in my inventory. Don't. Nice try. Oh, you do a lot of damage. Not a fan, my good sir. What? I forgot what these guys do. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We replaced our pick. It's this one. It's got eruption as well, but it's also got mending and efficiency, so it's faster than the previous one. So I don't know what the fuck stunning does. I assume it stuns enemies, but that does not seem to be the case, as we just bonked that creeper in that and absolutely nothing happened after the effect. So that's good. Maybe it stuns them with the... oh god. Maybe it stuns them with the eruption explosion. No, that also clearly doesn't seem to be the case. You know what? I feel like this is time for using this. These guys come down here. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. And then start bonking people left and right. I said start bonking people left and right. There. Good. Alright. All is well, still. Hopefully we can finish this area today, depending on how long this is. I mean, we need to get on that bridge that we saw from next to the checkpoint area, or the teleport rather. And I assume our objective lies within the tree, so then getting onto that bridge and then getting into the tree is going to be the end of the area, most certainly. And if it isn't, well, we'll see what the actual objective is afterwards. But I'm like 9% sure that we have to head to that tree, and that's where the disc is going to be. I don't know why, but I'm really liking these tall leaf structure thingamajigs, whatever you want to call these. It looks pretty neat with this whole design in the cave. It's kind of cool. I'm digging this very much so. So yeah. But that means that we've, depending on how many areas, because we only saw 2 areas in this intersection, this and then the other one on the opposite direction of the main like tower thing that we were at once we got into the intersection. So depending on that, I don't know how many areas we've got left, because we're like missing 3 discs, I think, 4 maybe. Yeah, 4 I think. That doesn't leave that many more areas left in the map, and then we can carry on with. Can you break that? Thank you. Then we can carry on with doing a different map, because we've been going at this for, oh my god, a long time. I don't think I've ever had a series where I was able to finish it without there being any major fucking setbacks in it by, oh my god, what was that like, dude? At all. Because like, I think maybe the Starlight was the only series I think that I managed to finish from start to finish without there being any big gaps in between. I think this already had like a 1 month gap at some point. What? He just duplicated himself. Excuse me? How dare you? That is some highly illegal shit, my dude. Duplicator has been discovered. Oh, that's just fantastic. Now isn't it? This dickhead can duplicate himself. Lovely. That's definitely something I was missing from this area. And from my life in general. Fucking duplicating creepers. Right, duplicator. The enemy shouts and after a brief delay creates 2 copies of itself. The copies replicate head items and armor. Copies are spawned with 5 head and vanish after existing for 10 seconds. Okay, at least they vanish. So that's kinda good. Because if they didn't, that'd be pretty annoying. Shock bolt trifecta. Shock steel leggings. It's pretty good items for me to poop on. I mean, the dodging armor is still probably the best one we've gotten so far, but even though it's got Unbreaking 3, it's still gonna break relatively soon. I had to repair my armor just not too long ago. Well, just before I got again to here, before starting recording again. Okay, there's a lot of crap in here. Let's get up here first, then do something about these dickheads. I don't think anything's sneaking up on me, so we need to get rid of this, like, extremely quickly. I can't even tell what half the effects that are just floating on the screen do, to be honest. It's kinda distracting, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's one of my main issues with the map only, that there's so many things that are just there to distract you in a sense. Oh, so yeah, the stunning does occur with the flame effect of the eruption, but my assumption that one was correct, thankfully. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's just so many effects, so many particle effects going on about the ground. Is that a... Okay, that's not a harvester, thankfully. Dude, can you quit it? What? There you go. Okay, get this out of here real quick as well. Okay, of course we messed that jump up. Why wouldn't we? Don't knock me off, dude. Get blinded. You fools. And then... who do I take out first? Probably start... Wait, you, and then do one of these as well. Oh, up. I was super surprised about, by the way, again going into more of the tangent bantery bit of the episode, with the whole Europe Soccer Cup, whatever you want to call it, UFA Soccer Cup going on. I don't think I've spoken about this before. I'm not a big fan of soccer, honestly. Like, I'm not a sucker for soccer. No pun intended, that's a shit joke, Marcian. But it's just not really my kind of sport. For one, I especially hate the fact when, like, sure, I've seen a couple games, and sure, I've seen... Jesus H fucking Christ. Oh, not good. Not cool. Where the fuck did you come from? Oh my good lord. I've seen my fair shares of people, like, you know, getting hit in the leg, some people colliding with one another, that kind of stuff. Are we? But, like, most of the time, I'd say maybe... I just realized what that door noise is when they switch arrows in their quivers. That's clever intel right there. Piss off, buddy. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I've seen soccer games beforehand, right? And I know that there's a very high probability that, you know, you could get hurt during a soccer game, right? Now, what I do despise about soccer though is when people fake the shit out of being hurt. It's like you touch them on the nose, or like you pull a string of their hair, right? It's a tiny bit of hair just out of their, I don't know, their fucking beard or something, and then they just do like, they just got shot in the head or shot in the chest with like a shotgun or some shit. That thing is what pisses me off to great lengths, honestly. That's why I don't really watch soccer. The other thing is that, sure, it's not very common, but it's like when something happens and someone's supposed to get a yellow card or get a free kick or whatever you call when the opposite team does like a faulty play or something like that, and then the referee just doesn't do shit, and then when nothing happens, he's like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do my thing now. You get a yellow card, you get a red card, just fuck you, that's why. Now that's the part I hate. But like with the whole Euro Cup championship going on still as of right now, Hungary was in it, and you know, obviously my medium-sized brother, the medium one, is a big fan of soccer. So obviously watched the games, not just the ones where Hungary was in it, but just the ones in general. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch the games where Hungary is in it as well, where we play against someone else. Maybe it'll be good fun. Maybe, who knows? I mean, I've been surprised before about enjoying things I never thought I'd enjoy. One of those most recent being Gilmore Girls. As weird as that sounds, but yes, that has been one of those cases where I was like, I'm never gonna enjoy this show. And I started watching, I was like, dude, this is actually pretty decent. It's a very interesting thing how that works. Never thought I would say those sentences out loud, that I actually enjoy Gilmore Girls quite a bit, because I'd say it's a good show, honestly, in my opinion. But I digress. Back to soccer. So we watched a couple games, and then the only games I watched were the Hungarian and Portugal game, and then afterwards the one that was rather recent, the Hungary-Germany game, because we got absolutely destroyed against Portugal, like 0-3. 0-3. To be fair though, we did hold out with a tie 0-0 until like minute mark 83 or something like that. So like we did pretty good. We hold out pretty strong, I'm not gonna lie. Something else not expecting to see. But then we just got absolutely destroyed, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Sometimes it do be like that, as a very famous person once said. But then I was like, you know what? Let's watch the German Hungarian one as well. Maybe we can win that. I mean, I didn't have that much hope, honestly, because I knew the Germans were better, and they're probably gonna get anuses in very hard. And to my complete bewilderment, when we started watching the game, and after like we scored our first goal like 11 something minutes, and I think, no you don't, I was like, dude, we might actually have a chance. Are you kidding me? We might actually be able to do this. This is ridiculous. Never would have thought that we can actually maybe win and get, because the issue was with that game is if we lose or if we tied, then we're out from the cup. But if we win, then the Germans are out, and then we can proceed on to the quarterfinals, I think it was. Okay, Pants is still doing pretty decent. I am taking some heavy hits here from those goddamn quivering dickheads. Dude, you need to stop existing. It's like, why am I doing so little damage? I realized that I have a weakness effect on, probably from one of these stupid fucks. This probably didn't do any good to my armor, now that I think of it. Oh yeah, it definitely did not, no. Oh, no you don't. You guys can stick in there, that's fine by me. Well, I'll just do something like this. And then just yoink. And then, you know what, yoink. And like another one of those. And then get in here and then just punch you in the face. Like so. But yeah, I wasn't expecting much on the Germany-Hungary game. But to my complete surprise, and to anyone's surprise who was watching that game, we actually hold out pretty goddamn well. Like, we were on the brink of victory a lot of times. And then we had some insane goals as well. Both of those goals were, even for someone who doesn't enjoy soccer as much and doesn't know much about soccer, but both of those goals looked fucking fantastic, I'm not gonna lie. But like all things, they must come to an end, and then the Germans did like a tactical switch up of one of their people, and then they were more like not as tired as the other people who were in that game, and obviously they just had one more goal, and then we got destroyed afterwards, unfortunately. So that was sad. But I mean, to be fair, it was a good game. Like, I genuinely enjoyed watching it. Am I going to start watching soccer insanely after this? No, most certainly not. But it was fun. I did enjoy it. I'll admit it. It was fun. To a certain degree. Crown of the Divine Harvest. Hello there. Fancy divine item. What are your secrets? What is it that you do in here? Right. LWCs. Let me read. Protection 1, blast protection, projectile protection, mending, regeneration. A circlet worn by the Lord of the Harvest channeled the power of the lost souls into various weapons, artifacts, and other conductors. So it's got a lot more enchantments. It does not have evasion on it, but it's got regen 2. So now we've got literally all the regen in the world you can humanly think of. We've got it, probably. We got regen on this, we got regen on this. We got regen on this. This doesn't have regen, but still. If only that could have been like harvest pants or something, or like a pair of jeans that you use for harvesting. That would have been so much better. What are you doing here, dude? But I mean, that region's pretty nice though, don't get me wrong. I'm only slightly complaining. just for the sake of complaining, in all honesty. Hello, buddy. Right. Knock knock. Library. So yeah, but the whole reason why I brought up the Germany-Hungary game is because the amount of shit it caused in a political level is just insanity. So I mean, I'm gonna pull out one of those cards, the I don't want to get political but cards. This is definitely something I think is interesting to talk about, or to bring up at least to some degree. Is Hungary passed a new law, basically, and this is all the talk in Europe right now, pretty much, at least from what I've heard from my friends, that is, especially in Netherlands, from my Dutch friends. They said that this has been all the rage, not just in there but just in general. Is Hungary passed a law basically that children under the age of 18, let me dial it back for a second. So what the original bill was supposed to be is against pedophiles, right? And you'd say, oh yeah, that's pretty actually nice of the Hungarian government. It's pretty nice of Orban for actually doing something that might benefit people, not just there to fuck us over, right? And then that's what it originally was, just a bill against the pedophiles to make the punishments a bit more stricter, set up a system, like a database that you could see who was an offended pedophile, yada 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 yada. That's all good in the book, I'd say, honestly. But after some talk with the opposition party, and they were like, yeah, we agree with this. This is all fine. We can pass this bill. Orban likes to do this special Super Smash Bros. Move, where he does a bill, right? And where did that guy go? What? Was that one of those harvester guys? And that's why he teleported out into oblivion? I guess. I don't know, that was very strange. That's also very strange how they fly up very high when that happens. They're one of those big dude. This is a good area for loot. Holy shit. But Orban has a special move, his Super Smash Bros. Smash move, or whatever you call the supers in that game, I don't know. His ultimate ability is to have a bill, right? And then once the opposition party agrees to it, switch out something or add something extra to it, and then after that, if they're like, oh yeah, we actually don't agree with that, then you can just grab whatever the original point of the bill was and say, oh yeah, you support A or you support B, which in this case is that the original bill was against pedophiles, right? Oh, it's the fun of the duplicator boys. Which after that, Orban was like, oh, so you guys support pedophiles because you don't want to sign this bill. That's very rude of you. How dare you do something like that? That's ridiculous. Wow. The whole point of this little shindig, was pretty much that originally what the whole shabaku in Hungary was about is that they're trying to build a Chinese university in Budapest, near somewhere where they originally planned to do a Hungarian college, and basically just make a bunch of houses cheap for students. So that if someone, like, say, comes off from like the opposite end of Hungary, from like a smaller city or something, then they can rent those places out and they'll be much cheaper, right? Again, sounds very good. And they're gonna build a university next to it. But that university later became a Chinese one by the name of Fudan University, if I'm not mistaken. And then that again wasn't the main issue right off the bat, because that still could have worked out semi-decently. The issue arose when they were like, okay, so here are the building plans and the architectural constructional thingamajigs. We're gonna change some things out. Instead of the most of the place belonging to the student town section, now we're gonna have that go to the Chinese university, because they pay us more money. Yay, money. Give us more money. So that was the whole deal. There was a bunch of protests about that. The mayor of Budapest and then the mayor of that district where they were supposed to build that university changed a bunch of the street names around the supposed building location of the university to like Tibet, Free Tibet Street, New Uyghur Street. That you know, just things that the Chinese president would not be too happy about to see. Basically, I think there's also a Taiwan Street. You know, just things like that, pretty much. That was the start, and then to get the people's attention off of this thing, Orban was like, okay, we need something else. We can't blame the immigrants anymore. We can't blame Soros anymore because no one gives a shit about him anymore because we used that card about 1,000 gajillion times. We can't really blame COVID either, and we can't pull off something with COVID. We need something else. I mean, pedophiles, I guess. That works. Oh, fuck. So that's what they did now. They pulled out the pedophile card, which again wasn't a bad idea. The inherent nature of that bill to have like a stricter punishing system and a stricter sense for punishing pedophiles is good in and of itself. It's a good intention, but flipping it on its head and then making it against the gay people and all the LGBTQ people, because that's what the bill turned into later, is that to protect children from pedophiles, Orban banned to show people under the age of 18 any homosexual content or things that aren't inherit of their own original born gender. So to say if you're under 18 and you want to watch Harry Potter on RTL Club, which is a very popular and common Hungarian TV channel, you can't, because that shit's banned. Because, you know, since we learned that, I think not Gandalf is in Lord of the Rings, Dumbledore was homosexual, you can't have that, shit's banned. A lot of things, music, books, TV shows, movies, under this new bill, they're all going to be banned for under the people of 18, which is just nonsensical when you think about it. It's like, yeah, I just watched Dumbledore. I think I'm homosexual now, dude. It's fucking wild, am I right? It's just ridiculous. And I know that this whole thing was set up so then they can get attention away from a lot of other things that have happened in the country and that are still happening in the country, as far as Orban passing bills that do nothing good for the country, and they're just doing it because they're scared of the 2022 elections and how they're gonna lose it to the opposition. But still, I don't think they were expecting this much backlash, not just from Hungary itself, but just literally everyone in Europe. It's ridiculous. And then the whole shenanigans that Munich wanted to light up their stadium in rainbow color, but the UFA was like, no, you can't do that, but they did it anyway. And then during the Hungarian anthem, before the game started, someone ran in with a rainbow flag and then they basically destroyed that guy. And then how, when the Hungarian fans were going out, is that a mutated creeper or no, it's just a mutated. When the fans were going out by bus, right, their bus was stopped by German police because they confiscated like illegal fireworks and drugs. And I've seen about 4 or 5 videos of the Hungarian fans outside in Munich chanting very rude and very offensive things in Hungarian, chanting them at the German people. It's just like basically our entire country has been turned into a fucking joke, and I'm not even kidding. It's just what it is, genuinely. And it's so disheartening to see that Orban's plan is working perfectly fine. The divide and conquer strategy that he's doing to try and divide the people even more so than he did beforehand, with the whole first time when he did with the immigrants, and then the second time he did with Soros, and then with the COVID as well afterwards, how he made the whole vaccination program to be, oh, so if you don't support, I don't know, like the Chinese vaccine or Sputnik or whatever, oh, that you must be from the opposition party because you clearly don't want those types of vaccines. And then there's people dying out here, but you still make it to be a political thing when it's Orban and his party making the political thing. It's just so fucking mind-boggling, man, honestly. It's ridiculous. I don't know how we've gotten to this point, but I really do genuinely hope that people are gonna turn up the next election 2022 and we can fucking get this absolute humanoid piece of garbage off the face of this country, because it is just like a shit stain on someone's shirt, honestly. Oh, and that concludes, I think, Martian Rants About Politics. I think it's been a while since I've done one of those. I think the last one might have been in oh god, what was Render's last map that I played? Oh god, I feel like a real dum-dum now. Yeah, that one. I think I had a ranty episode about politics in there. So yeah. on a completely different note, but to still have some anecdotes left in the good old anecdote book. A friend of mine, my workmate, and my friend of my workplace colleague, I guess, and friend of mine at the same time. We've been listening to a bunch of music at work, obviously, because like you can't do work. Don't blow up the chest, please, you son of a bitch. Obviously, we're listening to a lot of music, and surprisingly, I've been listening to a lot of old school Hungarian retro songs from like the 80s and the 70s, and they're so goddamn good. It's ridiculous. But the point of the whole thing is that we found so like we just listen to anything that comes up basically. He likes to put on rock music and covers of songs in rock style. I like to put on electro swing. He sometimes put on hip hop. I put on the Hungarian retro mixes. Listen to pop. You know, just everything. You name it, we probably listen to it. Except for like EDM, because he despises EDM, which is a shame. But I guess it is what it is. And we found these extremely weird playlists. Not even playlists, just like, you know how there's like videos on YouTube like songs to play while you're driving in your car at 3 a.m. on a spring morning, and then it's just a bunch of random songs that have maybe a slight connection to what the title says, but most likely absolutely nothing at all. Now we found a bunch of those ones, and then the length, oh god, the length of where these titles go and all that kind of stuff is just mind-boggling. I think that may be the disc box, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yes, essence of chipmunk. You love to see it. Sorry, gunpowder. Your time is gone. Right, now we just need to get out of here. So we'll do something like this, and then I'm out. I just need to find where we came up here, because I forgot where the entrance was to this bit. It was here somewhere, right? Oh yeah, there it is. Here. But yeah, but we found so many stupid songs. It's not even a song, it's just like a mix, I guess you could call them. It's like songs to listen if you're songs to make you feel like you're a 19th century villain plotting revenge on your nemesis. Songs to listen like if you feel like you're a 19th century philosopher who's having contradicting thoughts about prophecies. Like, what the fuck is this even mean, dude? It's so stupid. And like most of these playlists or mixes have the exact same song, just in different order. It's not even like different songs. It's like, what the fuck? It's so mind-boggling. Sure, they're enjoyable to listen to because it's like old songs, right? Like orchestral songs and that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that's bad, but just why with the extremely insane and over-the-top song titles? I just don't get it, man. Honestly, I just genuinely don't. Okay, but we did, in the meantime, while we were ranting about politics and 19th century songs to make you feel like you're a villain plotting revenge against his nemesis, we found the disc. We were finished with the area. This was a really goddamn good area, I gotta be honest. I thoroughly enjoy this place. Oh, I do not thoroughly enjoy you at all. You can go back to hell where you came from. Stupid. No, don't stop. Why are you stopping? Run. Keep running, you fool. So yeah. I'm gonna try and find a teleport. I'll meet you guys back at base. Right, so not only did I go back here, I did see there was like an extra cave off to the right from the teleporter. It's like, you know what, let's explore that real quick. And I found at the end of this, it went around in a bit, and I found this, a rapid fire crossbow. Powered by souls of torturers, this crossbow can hold a deadly flight of arrows. Again, it's a crossbow, which again, I'm not a big fan of, but I assume it's gonna be like a machine gun. But does it use up one arrow? Or all of them? I think it only uses up... I can't tell, dude, honestly. It doesn't matter, it's cool nonetheless, but probably not gonna use it because I like this one more. Right, so a sense of chipmunk. Corvana, chipmunk. There's only 3 more, so then... Assuming that there's 4 intersections, right? Then this is the next area. and then we'll have a transition to intersection 4, and then we've got renders and cold fusion the last, and then that's it. Question mark. Huh. Interesting, but we only got 3 more areas down, so maybe we're not too far off the map anymore. Not maybe closer to the end than I thought we would be. I mean, the last 3 areas could be absolutely humongous. That's a very big chance of that happening. In any case, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, that's great. Next episode we'll head into the next day of intersection 3, something of ash, I think, court of ash maybe, doesn't matter, we'll go there. Until then, do take care, and I'll catch you all then. Bye.